Welcome to episode 4 of my tiny blacksmith shop build, where I'm going to attempt to take this flat piece of metal and somehow form it into this shape. Stay tuned. So I went to a website, the formula for making cones. You just put in what you want for a lower diameter, upper diameter, and your rise, and it'll give you all your figures. It was in millimeters, so I had to convert it to imperial, and it looks like my radius needs to be almost 26 inches. So with that, I printed out a template and glued it down to that flat sheet of metal. And here I am demonstrating another Harbor Freight tool that I own, their version of the Beverly shears. I have to say it works really well. I give this tool a thumbs up. So I do actually own some quality power tools. This is my Makita jigsaw, and it really sliced through this metal like butter with a bimetal blade attached to it. So I thought how I was going to form this, and it just wound up the best method was just to put it over my knee and just bend it, and before long I had a cone shape. Actually, it surprisingly turned out quite well. For somebody who's very new to shaping metal, this was a lot easier than I thought. I did run into one problem. According to my figures from the website, I wanted a certain outside diameter, inside diameter, and rise. And when I actually put that all together, I wasn't happy with the shape. It was a little bit too flat. And this is much more of a cone shape that I wanted. So I was able to achieve that by pulling the metal in and shaping it a little bit more, and I'm really happy with the overall look of it. The one major problem that I have now is, in order to get the cone to be more angular, I have to pull in the metal, which then closes this top diameter. It's supposed to be 8 inches, is no longer that. It's a little bit smaller. I think it's actually a ½ inch smaller. So I'm going to have to figure out how to cut this opening to be an 8-inch diameter circle, and it needs to be a perfect circle because I have to make a flange so it fits into this elbow. Also on the inside, where the hood meets the wall, there's a lot of gaps, and the gaps are kind of large, and that's sort of another problem, because when you light a coal fire, especially in the beginning, the coal's new coal, it creates thick gray smoke, and the whole purpose of this was to capture all that smoke and send it up the chimney. I don't want any of that smoke, or as very little smoke, coming into the shed because it's very small. So I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna seal that up. And I don't want to overthink this. I just want to get this project done so I can get to actual blacksmithing. Well, speaking of getting it done, here I am prepping the metal to weld, and these are some of my really horrible tack welds. I hope I'm a better blacksmith than I am a welder. So I decided to create an inner sleeve for the hood to attach it to the wall. I used some of that galvanized metal, and you can see how that muriatic acid just attacks that galvanization. So the idea is to attach this to the hood so I can slide it in and out of the wall of the forge. I kind of like the idea of being able to disassemble this. So here you can see what I meant about a sleeve. This ring will fit in the inner part of the forge. hopefully create a tight seal. And I will cap it with my hood, like so. So onto some prep work before welding, using my trusty Dremel. So even though I took the extra time to create this sleeve, I still have gaps. You can see the light shining through. But I think it's a little bit easier to seal. I'm going to weld up what I can. So I was able to figure out what to do for the hole being smaller. I just used some tin snips, drew a perfect circle, used some tin snips, and cut the metal away. And I welded up another collar, just like a sleeve, like I did for the under part of the hood. Well, since my welding skills and my sheet metal skills have a lot to be desired, there's a lot of gaps in my hood, and I want to seal those up. And the way I'm going to go about doing that is I'm going to use this high temperature gasket sealant or gasket maker. This is a really old tube that I've had for years. I thought it was bad. It was from working on the motorcycle, but I just had to clear up some of the hard gunk up here, and I believe I have enough to finish the job. So I'm going to try this now. Then I checked for any pinholes, and if I found any, I just sealed them up. All right, I'm pretty proud of the way this came out. Really taxed my skills, but I think it's going to work out fine. Once again, I just want to get to blacksmithing. I want to do as safe as possible. I think I might be going a little bit overkill, but better safe than sorry. I really like working with the metal. I want to give myself 2 thumbs up. Anyway, that is it for this round of my tiny blacksmith shop build. And thanks for sticking with me, guys. Once again, please like, subscribe, comment. Love the comments. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Evil Twin X, signing off. I think I kicked ass.